Hi, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Our devotion for today, July 12th, 2023, is from the book of Acts, chapter 6, verses 8 through 15. And Stephen, full of grace and power, was doing great wonders and signs among the people. Then some of those who belonged to the synagogue of freemen, as it was called, and of the Cyrenes and of the Alexandrians, and of those from Cilicia and Asia, rose up and disputed with Stephen. And they could not withstand the wisdom and the spirit with which he was speaking. But they secretly instigated men who said, "We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and God." And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes. And they came upon him and seized him and brought him before the council. And they set up false witnesses who said, "This man never ceases to speak words against the holy place and the law. For we have heard him say that this Jesus of Nazareth will destroy this place and will change the customs that Moses delivered to us." And gazing at him, all who sat in the council saw that his face was like the face of an angel. Our devotion text today comes from a section of the book of Acts which tells us about a strong Christian believer named Stephen, who was able to perform many works of God, healings, for example. But there was a conspiracy of Jewish men from the synagogue of the freedmen, that's what it was called, and other various locations that who were in Jerusalem, and they disagreed with Stephen and argued with him. Luke tells us that their arguments did not do well against Stephen and the Holy Spirit. So they conspired to discredit Stephen to all and brought him up on charges before the Jewish council, most likely the Sanhedrin. These conspirators set up false witnesses against Stephen, accusing him of blasphemy, the same charge that got Jesus crucified. All the while, Luke tells us, Stephen faced his accusers with innocence. Let me ask you, in today's world, do we find instances of conspiracies designed to make others look bad, to hurt their credibility, to get them in trouble? Well, why, yes, we do. All those who oppose the COVID vaccine face this kind of opposition, including the highest levels of government. Conspiracies of canceling and of silence and loss of jobs occurred against those folks. All those who believed the accusations against Hunter Biden and believed his laptop had evidence of wrongdoing were met by this kind of opposition and conspiracy. From the mainstream media to a variety of government agencies, to social media. And yet, in both instances, those doing the silencing and the threatening have been proven wrong. Conspiracies to lie and mislead still exist today as they did in Jesus' day. And this one against Stephen will succeed and will cost him his life. How many innocent people have been hurt, crippled, and or killed, metaphorically and literally, because of the conspiracies and lies of the powerful and the wealthy? I'm sure we can't keep count because the number is so high. But we can count on God's justice when Jesus comes again to judge the living and the dead. At that time, he will administer his righteousness against all of the enemies of God and of God's people. We may suffer from conspiracies in this life. And perhaps you already have. But know this, Jesus will vindicate you, and he will vindicate all who have come against these conspiracies. They will all face his wrath. Go in peace, serve the Lord.